And on this episode of It's Much Easier Than You Think, we have this from Heroic Hollywood. Captain America star Chris Evans defends Marvel movies amid backlash. He insists that Marvel makes good movies. Chris, they made good movies. Now they can't do anything right. Chris Evans is quoted in saying, "Comic book movies in general, for whatever reason, don't always get the credit I think they deserve." Excuse me. I would argue over the past, decade, maybe 15, 12 years, they have been getting all the credit they deserve because they were really great back then. All of these comic book movies were at the tops of the box office charts. They were raking in billions and billions and billions of dollars a year. And of course, there were a couple of bad ones along the way, but it didn't matter. Because overall, the Marvel comic book movie product was so fantastic that you can get away with a couple of bad Ant-Man movies and a Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which was terrible. But it didn't matter, because the end product was all that mattered. He goes on to say, "They are big, giant movies. There are a lot of cooks in the kitchen, which is probably why things are so bad these days. Too many people that don't exactly understand these comic books, the characters, or even generally like them that much." That has been one of the biggest problems with Marvel post-Endgame, is that you're hiring people that are nothing but activists, that are looking to change things to make it into whatever they want it to be and whatever message that they want to push. That's all it is. He goes on to say, "They are not easy to make. If it was easier, there would be a lot more good ones." Actually, Chris, comic book movies are extremely easy to make. You know why? Because the source material is already there. It's not like a book where it has, a lot of words to it, so you as someone reading it has to imagine what's going on. The comic books are done already. They're already storyboarded for you. Making a comic book movie is as simple as taking the page, taking the panel, and saying, okay, we are going to do this. If they were to take my favorite graphic novel, Old Man Logan, and say, okay, we're going to make Old Man Logan exactly shot for shot this way, it would be one of the highest grossing movies of the year by far. I would say it would make almost $1 billion. And all you have to do, it's like I said, all you have to do is just read the book and do what's on the pages. It's already done to perfection. See, that's the problem with a lot of these creators in Hollywood. And Zack Snyder did this very, very early in his career. He took 300 and Watchmen and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go essentially shot for shot. Remake it entirely with the same tone, the same direction, the same style of it. And what happened? Movies were great, made a lot of money. Then when he goes off and does his own thing, that's when the problems happen. Same thing with Marvel. When you guys were somewhat adapting the source material, you guys were doing a great job. You guys were making money. You guys were... fan interest was at an all-time high. But when you started doing your own thing, straying away from the comic books, putting your own twist for the modern audiences on it, focusing on the things that do not even remotely make a product good, that's where the problems happen, and that is why they're failing. It's not a complicated process at all, Chris. Making a comic book movie is, like I said, as simply as doing what's already done on the page. It's already done to perfection. It's already edited. It's everything like storyboarded, whatever you got to do. All you have to do is say, okay, we're doing this, and that's it. But in the end, what Marvel product are you excited for? And if you could adapt any source material at all into a live-action movie, what would it be? Let me know what you guys think about that.